Well, hello there, and we're gonna do a quick casted game right here. I've heard a lot about this game from Tio or Tio. He's a member of our server, which you can join in the Discord down or the Discord link down below. He's playing Italy here, and had a very interesting game against a Dutch player. And I have not seen this game. I'm joined with Ulan Gaming. How are you doing?
His much more handsome younger brother.
That's debatable, but we'll leave that up to the internet sleuths that can find a photo of the two of us together.
And today we are going to be watching the duel between Tio and Xander in an epic battle between two of the greatest people to ever grace the elegant art of shooting the shit out of each other.
I'll allow that statement to pass. Um, so we've been struggling as a Discord server to make Italy work for the longest time. The general consensus just seems to be that they're weak right now. And we're going to see exactly what plays out here. As we see a lot of idle villagers early on from TO. And then some terrible herd micro, but that's fine.
It looks like it was good, and then the hunt just went the wrong way.
Well, that's because the guy that was right here shot it, and then...
Oh, he did? Okay,
yeah.
I thought the hearth was just like, you want me to go towards the town center? Fuck
No.
you.
So he doesn't find any early coin treasures in his base, which is why I think he's gathering. He's going to try and get hunting dogs from 50 coin early on, which is what you see a lot of German players do. Market house is pretty standard. He bought the market at 60, I think, wood. Or, no, 40 would cost. And we'll take a look at his deck here. It's going to be selected in just a moment. Any second now? There it is. Sending Machiavellianism as his first card. Treasures at twice the speed and a little bit of extra damage, and the dog.
Tio has been talking a lot in the Discord about the Machiavellianism card lately. He really likes it, although he's like one of those things where he's like, I really like it, but I don't recommend anybody else use it because it's like technically objectively worse than Capital.
Yeah. Well, so he's got Rocky here, who has 323 health, 10% range resist, and 13 attack. I don't know why he's waiting to build this. 14 out of 20, getting all the market techs. I want to see how long it takes to gather this treasure, but he's not gathering it yet. Okay. Getting caught on the... Oh my god, that's fast. All right.
That was really fun to look at. He took a little bit to get to the right spot, but then he just zipped. I thought it was a glitch at first, like the game stuttered and was trying to catch up.
Let's see here. He's going 16 out of 20.
I feel like that would break your explorer's spine.
Yeah, that was a little bit fast. 16 out of 20, getting, I think, all the market upgrades. I wish you could see what text you've researched here, but you can't yet.
What's Xander up to?
Let's take a look here. Doing a lot better scouting as Dutch. Sends 3 villagers as the first card. Is aging up already with the quartermaster. I think that's fairly typical.
Yep.
We're going to go hop back over here. Treasures being taken or about to be. He's probably waiting for his crack shot because his explorer is kind of weak. That's that explorer. That envoy is in no fear of getting deaded, unless Rocky here finds him. Machiavellianism saving advanced politicians, it would appear.
Yes, this is actually something. This is actually something I recommended Tio change about his playstyle is to move advanced politicians from using it in H1 to H2 so that he gets the faster age up to H3.
So that does make sense. You do. Oh my god, that's so fast. That is so fast, and that's 100 wood. If he ends up sending Marco Polo, he's getting 355 resources from that, just auto deposited into his bank account. What is he aging up with? The governor, I kind of agree with saving advanced politicians from age 2 to 3 because the governor doesn't grant to
Yeah,
outposts anymore.
that was a big nerf, I think, is
It
making
was
so that advanced politicians gives one outpost instead of two, like it
yeah.
did before, and just adding 100 extra coin. Like that's way worse.
It's definitely a huge nerf. It impacts the
That was one of like the
it
strongest
impacts
things that Italy
everything.
had going for it.
Yeah,
Is that they were just really hard to push in H2 because of the governor.
which was really nice because Italy is a very slow starting civ, given that you only start with 3 villagers. Building that trade post instead of an outpost because he is aging up. Well, he's still aging up with the governor, but market house and then 2 houses. I think he just bought that one potentially, or he bought this one, and is gonna go build that out. Gonna have 40 pop by the time
Architect
he
is such a
gets.
cool addition to
Yeah,
this
it
game.
is. 2 banks gonna go up for the Brit player. First card in age 2 is 700 wood. Again, I think this is very standard stuff from Dutch. Nothing we haven't seen yet or haven't expected. Steel traps coming in transition. See, look at that. 5 minutes and 22 seconds is a very late age time for pretty much every civ in the game.
But we have our outpost wagon now.
Outpost
Fuck, I have
wagon, yeah.
Some
And
in
then the
my
first
throat.
card is 700 coin. I don't know if this is a fast fortress or a semi-fast fortress yet. There's
Oh,
his.
sorry about that.
You're good. There's his 100. He's about to get his 100 coin gathered, chopping wood, probably for a barracks, maybe. There goes the outpost going up. Taking a little bit of extra time gathering this wood instead of gathering up the stuff on the ground. Has a shipment ready, has not sent it yet. My guess is probably Marco Polo for the extra 400. 255 XP is huge. And yeah.
Okay,
all
I'm
right.
back. I muted my mic for a little bit so I could, like not cough and ruin the video.
Thank you for not dying. Really appreciate that.
He was about to send something. Looks like he changed it up. This is the Maltese company. Looks like
Croatian company, which
Croatian.
is probably Italy's best. So that's what he was microing for. That's why he wasn't sending it. He was trying to micro for a Croatian company.
Gotcha.
And that's not a house. I was wrong. That was an outpost. So
see, he's getting 2 outposts going up, grabbing the Croatian company, and is he macroing to H3 now?
it would appear so. He's got a lot of people chopping coin. Tio is very
He's greatly over.
no, there's
there's
advanced politics.
There's advanced politics. He's going for a fast forward. Just about to say he's greatly overpopped right now, so it really looks like it's going to be a fast fortress.
Yeah, you can see
that's what you do. That's what you do.
You can see the 2 houses right there. Part of the problem with Malta is the fact that
Italy?
Italy is the mercs are good, but they're just so pop heavy that it just kind of makes them not worth it because you have all these houses. Well, you have all this pop, and you can't get houses out fast enough unless you chop wood and build them with villagers.
I must say though, just look at this beautiful base that he has made here. He's got a wall from tree line to tree line, with buildings and outposts. Mr. Tio does, and it's combining with the tree line that's going down diagonally. This is a beautiful base right here. This is very defensible.
And he didn't pull the rookie mistake that I did the other day and make your house wall impassable. I did that the other day. Oh my god, that was insane.
What else does the Croatian company give you?
So it gives you Krbats and Schiavoni. Schiavoni are the skirm countering skirms.
Right, they're the slightly worse Pandors.
And Krbats are just basically merc goons.
Super good
counters
Holy shit.
heavy cavalry and hand combat. Um, but they're good against all units. But they're essentially goons in like hand combat goons.
Got it.
So this, yeah, interesting decision to push in here. I mean, what are you gonna do against Dutch? Really, you know, they're gonna probably turtle up, which this player is doing, and Tio did kind of scout out.
It might be an effort to try to make the Dutch player overinvest in H2 defense.
Potentially, are these Schiavoni in cover mode with 4 speed? Yeah, they were. That's why they were going so slow. I was curious about that. Both players taking a trade post. Dutch player actually taking 2. And the Schiavoni, and I'm going to go try and siege this down. Those 2 are going to take a while.
Man, those Krabats, do they not have negative multipliers against villagers?
They do not appear to have
They do.
negative
They do.
ranged attack. 0.5 against villagers, yes, but 43
still a
ranged
lot of
attack
damage.
is pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, that's still 21.5 damage to villagers. That's a lot.
Town
Yeah,
center
Schiavoni,
finally sniping down these Schiavonis, just barely gonna escape with all of them alive. If I were Tio right here, I'd probably start sieging down these trading posts.
Those are going to
instead.
be easily the least protected aspects of Dutch's base here.
I mean, he just now getting a barracks up. And there's the... Okay, Uffizi is the next card. Marco Polo is going to be sending 500 resources when it gets here. Yeah, Uffizi is Basilica. There's a shipment of Reuters. You're going to want to get these Krabats in hand combat. Take care of these. Both players in age 3 now.
The Schiavone on the front lines there, yeah.
I mean, this is kind of the perfect counter to all of what Dutch has. Like, Dutch is known for Skirm Goon, and you have a
the Schiavone a little bit more.
Skirm countering Skirm, and you've got a Goon countering Goon. It's it doesn't get much better than this.
It really doesn't.
Let's be honest here. Oh
Does
yeah,
the Kravat actually have the ranged light cavalry tag?
It has the light. It's light range cavalry.
Okay.
It does.
Yeah.
So deals pretty handily with that that defense from the Dutch player, but will have to back out because he doesn't have anything. We'll pop back over to his base. We still see he's just still now getting under popped, or yeah, just back to correct population. Training another architect, which is an interesting decision, I think. I don't really think you need more than one. I mean, he is in age 3.
This is the time where you need like a billion
Lombards
houses because like all your shipments and stuff just kind of goes crazy often with a lot of builds.
Yeah, he's got advanced Lombards up, but doesn't have any Lombards built right now. As
he doesn't have the Lombard card sends. So. Oh, where do these Pavasiers come from?
These, I was just about to ask myself the same question. My guess is from a shipment. I would be incorrect. Is there a barracks
Did he make
up
him
somewhere?
From
Oh, it's his age up bonus, his age to 3 bonus.
Oh, okay,
with advanced politician 11 pav. Yep, that's where he got him from.
That's a good age.
So this is, yeah, with advanced politician, the 11 Pavasiers is not bad. You also get 9 musketeers with advanced politicians to age 3.
Definitely would have been the wrong choice against Dutch here, though.
Yeah, and he's still got 5 of these Schiavoni left, which will help deal with these skirmishers quite well, I would think, along with the Pavasiers.
Pretty much
but there's
all
just
the Krabats have been sniped down now.
Yeah, there's just too much of a mass from Dutch here. So Tio's gonna back out, recuperate, and send German company. So that's why he had the massive
what, Jaegers
coin.
And Black Riders?
That is Jaegers and Black Riders, 6 Jaegers. Oh no, and 5 Grenadiers. Black Company gives the Black Riders and armored pistoliers.
Okay, so we're gonna get giant Grenadiers and Jaegers. Okay, that's an interesting combo. It's like a skirm artillery, basically.
So again, I think he's probably making the right decision here to deal with the Dutch unit comp.
Oh, Dutch has 2 Falcons now. That's going to be a big. That's going to be a big contributor.
And an artillery foundry. With only one Krabat now, you really probably should be. I mean, you don't know that the Falcons exist, obviously, but you're gonna have a tough time dealing with the Falcons as Italy right now. Although both players are, it's an interesting matchup because both Italy and Dutch are very turtle civs these days. From what our understanding of the civs, I mean, obviously everybody knows Dutch, but our understanding of Italy is that it's a very turtle-oriented civ right now, where you just kind of sit back and gather some resources and get your free villagers from the techs, and then call it a day. And boom,
God,
behind it.
Look at the stats on the Giant Grenadiers, man. They got
Yeah.
42 range attack with 2 area of effects. These guys are basically better than
And
the Pistoliers.
52 siege attack, and as we see right now, the Dutch player decided that he'd had enough of the raids and wanted to raid himself. We're going to hop over to the Dutch player's perspective. He doesn't see the military at all.
Okay, he's sending advanced church, which means we're probably going to see Stratiates at some point soon. I think the TO is in the middle of sending a card as well, which is probably the only thing he's waiting for his push.
Oh, yep. He's sending Albanian company to get his own Stratiates and Bosniaks. So this is a very, I mean, obviously we can see from the deck it's a very Merc-heavy deck.
Yes.
And strategy, which seems to be Italy's MO, despite, I mean, look at this. He's overpopped again. He's got all these houses being built. Doesn't really have the wood to buy them up fast anymore. Dutch player's doing the right thing by just sitting here and sniping with his falconets.
Pretty much.
Because there's really nothing that Tio can do right now to counter this.
All Tio can do is basically just try to take little sniper shots when the cannons aren't looking at some of the Reuters. He wants to shade down some of the Reuters before his heavy cavalry attacks.
Albanian company is probably going to drop from this outpost, maybe the town center, and run around to the south side to try and get these Falcons. But these, I mean, this is looking like a pretty dangerous push, especially with the houses being
They could come out of
destroyed.
that forward outpost. That's like the closest things to the cannons.
And
Yeah,
it
they
does.
did!
We're gonna see. Oh my goodness! And the reaction is not fast enough from the Dutch player. Again, he has all ranged units. So what is he really gonna do? And the Minutemen got pushed out. And this is, I mean, I probably would have called the Minutemen a hair sooner, so everything popped at the same time. But this is an excellent counterattack from, yeah, look at that. The entire skirmisher mass dead.
Pretty much just the goons alive and 3 skirmishers.
Yep, just the Reuters. The Reuters escaping with 3 goons, and these Bills are running the wrong direction, but that's okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Italy is now sending one of their Lombard investment cards. Do they even have a Lombard?
They
do have a Lombard.
Okay, they're starting to build the Lombards. Doesn't really have a ton of resources to invest in it. Oh my goodness, Tio, you just missed them. No, it's okay. Seeing as the Reuters were right there, I think Tio's just gonna come over here. It doesn't look like any form of stagecoach has been invested in yet. The Giant Grenadiers are going to take this out.
Has Dutch gotten his Stratiates yet? Has Dutch gotten his Stratiates yet with the church?
He does have a church yet. I don't think he has a Stratiates. Yes, he does.
Got it. He does have the Stratiates. These guys are just very, very terrifying. 56 hand attack, 185 HP.
Unfortunately, wow! Look how fast that trading post went down.
Probably the Giant Grenadiers.
Yeah, it's definitely the Giant Grenadiers. Lots of idle time. This is not great for the Dutch player here. He's only got 3 villagers gathering resources as he moves his entire economy away.
It's the great villager migration that happens once a season in the summer.
I mean, to be fair, Tio's whole army is right here. All these hunts were right here. If Tio pushes in right now and wins the engagement, all those villagers are going to be idle anyways. So it makes sense in a way, seeing as Most of the natural resources have been depleted from that quadrant. Architect running out and placing
The town
a
center.
second town center. That's a pretty good move. That's generally the first thing I do with the architect once I've finished getting my infrastructure.
Is that 3 priests? That he got 3 priests from the basilica. That's kind of funny.
Probably
That's
just
not a bad idea though,
Yeah,
considering he's
look.
got a ton of mercenaries and he wants to keep those up.
Yeah, he's got a ton of mercenaries and a ton of units are almost dead.
Yeah, no, this is actually a good play. I like the priests,
Agreed.
especially because it's a lot cheaper for Italy than most other civilizations because the priests don't cost 150 coin. They cost, I think, like 100 food, 100 wood, and 100 coin for 3 of them, which is a huge discount.
Yes,
Huge.
it is. It is a. He's training another architect. He's going for 3 architects. That is
Damn.
fascinating. Is he gonna buy up? No, he hasn't bought up the town center yet. Finally shipping his 2 falcons to match the 2 falcons that the Dutch player has now. Yep, Dutch player only has 2 falcons. Massing up his force. Tio healing up
He's
his
training a
force.
third, though.
He is training a 3rd falcon. Probably
Possibly 4 by the time.
No, he only has. I mean, he's gonna have to sell. He can. I'm curious to see if he does that. Shipping a fort now. No, he's not.
I probably would. It's an extra falcon. That would be totally worth it.
Oh yeah, but
in my opinion.
little optimizations that this Dutch player did not do.
Partake.
Oh my goodness, I see some blue
Oh
up
my
here.
god!
It's the 3rd town
That
center for
architect is
Tio.
That architect is gonna find some shit when that walks over
Oh
there.
yeah, it's probably this 3rd architect that's. Oh my goodness, we're gonna turn Fog of War on and see exactly what happens here.
It's gonna...
Okay, so Tio already knew that this existed. First of all.
Either that or he just discovered it.
And oh no, this is Dutch's entire eco idle again. This is
that
not
outpost
good.
went down fast.
Yep, outpost is gonna go down. I'm assuming we're gonna see. Yep, here's the Tio's falcons are probably gonna die here very shortly. Yeah, the Stradiots, the Dutch Stradiots. Oh, very good micro play from Tio to try and hide his falconets. Unfortunately, didn't. It was a good attempt. I'll give him a good attempt.
They just got focused way too hard, way too fast.
Yeah. Oh, but he is able to take 1 falconet out before his 2 falconets go down. So this is not. I mean, this has stopped becoming a good engagement for Tio here.
He's put the those Bosniaks on the cannons over there. Yeah, that's the 2nd cannon down. And here's the Papal Lancers coming in. Oh, that's big. That's big.
It is big. However, what are they gonna? They've got a lot of health, but they're gonna get the other falcon down. But this is just a bad engagement from Tio, honestly.
Yeah.
The only thing he accomplished is idling Dutch's eco. Tio's got a lot of spare res right now. What does he have in the back? Does he have a barracks?
He doesn't have a single military building. He's been getting everything out of his basilica and training mercenaries.
Finally shipping Black Company. This is a very okay.
He's got a barracks coming up now.
Going up.
What an interesting strategy. He's building his first military production building at 19 minutes and 30 seconds into the game.
I mean, in this strategy, really, correct me if I'm wrong, Cole, but this strategy only seems to work against like a turtle civ. Like this wouldn't work against if you're facing age 2 early aggression or anything of the like.
I mean, I think it might. You know, he had the Krabots and Schiavoni. Those are really good units in age 2, and then he aged up with the Pavasiers as well. Like he had a lot of military pretty early in the game. Yeah, he was being aggressive against the Dutch player pretty much right from the get-go.
The problem, of course, in age 2 play or facing early aggression is that the mercs are just going to overpop, and you're not going to be able to train units to support your initial push.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily think you need them with Scivone and Krabots being as good as they are, unless it's a really big all-in push.
Sending 3
All right, so we
more
have
Papal Lancers. Look at all
the
this.
Black Riders and the
Yeah,
Armored Pistoliers. He's trying to wall off right there. Interesting choice. I don't think
that's
he's ever going to be able to get away with that wall.
the Dutch player. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if the. Okay, we're gonna go over to
Oh wait, it's the
Teos.
Dutch player
Yeah,
who's
it's the
walling.
Dutch player who's walling. He will get away with
Is that a
that.
fort up right next to the town center?
Yes, it is. That is the fort that the Dutch player shipped just a minute ago. Dutch player now hiring German Black Riders. Wow,
Yeah,
this
those
is
Black
it's
Riders.
almost like a mirror match because the Italian player sent the Black Rider, sent the Black Company. Now the Dutch player is hiring like these Germans are just greedy, aren't they? They just want their money. They will fight for whoever. It does
You got more
not
Papal
matter.
Lancers. God, those Papal Lancers are so good.
Yeah,
Look at those
they
stats.
become a lot better when you have more forces, so that they can properly. There's the Black Riders. They can properly damage soak.
Yes, but regardless, they're still a very powerful. They have a hell of a lot more HP and as much hand attack as as a Hussar, but they maintain the 1.5 times multipliers against infantry. They're just very powerful.
That's true. The Dutch players had enough of this second town center, which I don't really think has done much. Architect building this trading post here. Yeah, this town center is not long for this world as 2 more Falcons are coming in with the forces here. Dutch player seems to be taking map control and taking control of this game. Would you agree with that statement?
So
And
Well,
unfortunately, with just the one barracks, looks like he's got 5 of his Lombards now, so he should be reinvesting his resources. He's just the one barracks isn't really gonna cut it here, I don't think, anymore. Although this pop of Papal Lancers is gonna get to 1 Falc. We'll see if they get to the other one. Did not shift click properly. That Falconet is gonna stay up.
he needs to get those Lancers on the infantry instead of the
The
Hussar.
second Falc does end up going down. Papal Lancers up here going to take these out. Let's zoom in on this fight. Let's see all the action in close, high definition. Look at them go.
God, this game really does look beautiful.
And this isn't even on the highest video quality settings, I don't think, either. But it's fantastic. Man, these skirmishers...
It's just doing nothing to those to those Lancers.
Yeah, no
These
kidding.
3 Lancers are gonna solo this whole army here.
As the rest of the army has been completely wiped.
Oh, here come the Black Riders for Dutch though.
More
That's gonna be
Black
big.
Riders coming in from Dutch. The Armored Pistoliers gonna go down.
I think the Black Riders also have 60% melee resist.
They have
They're not
40% melee
40%.
resist.
So they're not it's not the ends of the world if this Armored Pistoliers close in with your Black Riders.
Yeah,
It's still
dude.
not.
If Fort St. Peter didn't exist, those 3 Papal Lancers would have microed down the entire Skirm army. Instead, 2 are left alive. We're going to hop back over to the Dutch player real quick, who has very interesting... I mean, he's doing a better job of managing his res than Tio is, for sure. And he's got more military production buildings, I'm sure. He's got... No,
In that he actually has them.
just just 1 barracks. He does have 3 stables going up right now, and the
He's
fort,
also got the fort.
obviously.
Which can train falconets.
Yeah, so Tio actually aging to 4 behind this. Interesting decision, seeing as his entire army is wiped out. Which is probably, again, why you had a bunch of res being saved by the Italian player. More Papal Lancers coming out, which is fair. I mean, against the skirms, that's not a bad decision to make.
He does need a counter for the goons, though. He needs a counter for the Black Riders.
That is true. He is insisting on getting a second town center up. Still only the 1 barracks. I don't know exactly what Tio's going to do, but if I were him, I would start dropping some of this spare wood. Yeah, he's starting to drop
He's
the
already
spare.
done it.
Speak of the devil, dropping spare wood into the Lombards.
Sending the advanced
Sending
Lombard
advanced Lombards finally with the Feezy, so he's going to be actually gaining resources from dropping wood in town center. Still only the one barracks. I don't know if the Dutch player pushed right here. I don't know how Tio wins. I don't know what his.
I don't know. What's he aging to 4 with?
That is a good question. He is aging to 4 with the logistician. I'm not entirely sure what that does. We'll keep an eye out here.
For Malta, it delivers a fort wagon, but this is advanced politicians, and it's also Italy. That's a whole bunch of frontier post wagons.
2 frontier post wagons and a fort wagon.
Yeah, okay. So he's trying to go super defensive here. Probably the smart play.
Except this frontier.
They're going to be moving in, though.
That frontier, that fort did just get dropped right there. I saw the ground change in the fog of war.
Yeah. If I'm an enemy and I see the ground change like that, I'm like, fuck, it's time to push because I don't, whatever it is, I don't want it being.
Yeah, I mean, this is a critical mass of units for the Dutch player here.
The Dutch player should definitely be pushing. He's letting this fort go up.
And now Tio.
Now he knows the fort's going up. So I think we're going to see a push here.
And Tio knows that the mass exists, so we're probably going to see. Look at all this wood. I'm not sure what Tio's doing here. Smart play. Didn't quite work out.
Potentially a really good idea.
I think this architect is going to get away and live to try to do the same thing again, but we're going to ignore that for now. Town center going up. Next shipment. Papal Zouaves coming in now. Still hasn't sent Marco Polo voyages.
Papal Zouaves. I'm actually looking forward to seeing these guys' stats. I don't think I've seen their stats before. But Zouaves are really, really good. Because they're like Marines.
And Guard Bersagliaries are present. You know, that's probably why the Dutch player hasn't pushed yet. Because, I mean, I know you're age 4, but as Dutch, you've got a... Well,
the Zouaves are in. Can we see their stats? The Zouaves are in. Can we see their stats?
Papal Zouaves, 48
450 HP, 48 range attack with 20 range. God, that is beautiful. These are these are like Marines in that they don't counter anything, but nothing counters them.
I believe based on the score drops. Wow,
was he dropped an outpost? He wants to get the outpost up.
Did you buy it up fast?
He needs to. Yeah, he looks like he bought it up fast. That was a good idea though, because if he got that outpost up, he could start shipping like Papal Lancers directly into Dutch's eco. That was a really good idea.
The Dutch, I did see the scores. There was like a 6K score lead that dropped drastically. That was the Dutch player clicking to age, finally aging up, going with the logistician as well. Natural resources are really starting to deplete across the deplete across. It's only in this one southwest quadrant where there's any natural resources left, and it's defended by a fort from the Dutch player and a basilica, kind of encroaching. Second basilica, probably from the Uffizi card.
Oh, we have Papal Bombards from Italy. Where'd those come from? And Colburn's. Oh,
the
damn,
basilica. So all of us...
The Colburns being protected by Papal Bombards, those Colburns are never going to die.
Yeah, no kidding. All of a sudden, because of inaction by the Dutch player, this force is formidable now from... Oh my goodness. This force from Tio is formidable. Papal Bombards are just going to shred. What is a...
Looks like, yeah, they got 430 damage and 0.7 times against cavalry. So yeah, the Papal Bombards have the ability to one-shot things like Reuters, because Reuters don't have a lot of HP, so that's not good. You know, your Reuters don't do jack shit if they die in one shot.
This is an excellent play to get the Papal Bombards and the Culverins, and you hear these Bersagliaries wherever they are.
Oh, he's shipping something else. Italy. Italy's shipping something.
Papal Arsenal gives the Papal units charge attack and sending more Papal Lancers. These Bersagliaries are, you hear them honk their horn every once in a while when they kill units. I don't remember
such a fun
exactly.
sound effect.
I don't remember
The
exactly
sound effect
what it
alone
does.
makes them. The sound effect alone makes them S tier skirmishers.
And it's so much of a better sound effect than the Griot. Let's be honest here.
I can't hear it. But I can't hear it because your stream is silent. But,
It's possible to fix. I don't know why you can't fix this, but inaction by the Dutch player, and all of a sudden these walls, even though they're upgraded.
Let's take a look at the Papal charge attacks because I'm not super familiar with them. Yeah, there's a Papal Lancer up front.
There's a Papal Guard right here.
It's a 39 damage pistol attack. Okay. Maintains good multipliers.
His charged pistol attack, and he also has a charged halberd attack, 19 damage.
Oh wow, yeah.
At 5 range.
And what about the Lancer? Papal Lancers?
The Papal Lancer, this one at literally 1 health.
Holy shit!
Gets a charged lance attack that does 90 damage. Oh my god.
Oh my god. And 4 range. What about Papal Bombards? Do they get a charged belly?
No.
Oh, we can't see. We can't see because they're not in fire mode.
Oh, that's true.
We also have Papal Suaves that we can look at for charger for things. It's just a bigger attack.
Yeah.
The 25 range though. Oh, the Papal Bombards are now
Their
in
carbine attack does 96 damage at 25 range.
The Papal Bombards are now in fire mode. They might have already used their charge ability if they have. I doubt that they have one, but it is possible.
I don't know why these walls, you're trying to siege down these walls when you can just walk right around it.
The Bombards can't.
Oh, the Bombards can walk right through here, can they not?
The model size does. Oh, you split that wall there. That model size does impact things like that, where they can fit through things. For example, the Italian tank has a really hard time getting out of the base if you spawn it in the middle of the base. It's just so fucking right.
It's just an absolute wipe. Absolute wipe from the Italian player. These Papal still has all 3 Papal Bombards, still has all 3 Culverins.
We kind of missed this, but the Dutch player popped his 30 Guard Musketeer card from his church. The other thing that you get from Advanced Church. These guys are the Blue Guard are really good.
Both players in Age 4 now. The score lead. Tayo has taken the score lead by 4K.
Look at that. Good work, Tio. Oh my god, just look at that. This is the one bad thing about Reuters, is if the enemy can get a cannon that one-shots them, then you can't really do much.
No, I mean, and what are you gonna do? You can't ship. I mean, the Culverins aren't really gonna work because.
But the Culverins are gonna. But yeah.
Got Culverins and Papal Bombards. Holy moly! By the way.
5 Culverins though. Considering the Papal Bombards will absorb some of the damage, the Culverins will actually deal damage to the Bombards regardless of.
And yeah, look at that. It still took, I think, 4 shots to take out the 1 Culverin because of the Papal. Yeah, I think it took all 5 Culverin attacks to take out the 1 Culverin. Because of the Papal Bombards.
He's got no Culverins protecting his Papal Bombards, and that is a very risky situation he's in now. Those Papal Bombards are going to die very quickly. Yeah, look at that.
Let's see if they can get in range. 1 goes down.
1 goes down.
And then they auto... Okay, second one goes down. It's kind of okay though, because look at how good. Look at how good
there's 2 more. There's 2
strays
Falconets down there as well.
Forcing, yeah, you've literally forced Dutch back into his base.
Italy sent his not his bank, his factory. He just got his factory, and he might have. Yeah, I was about to say he might have had 2, but he only gets 1. Haha.
Yeah.
I say that playing Malta.
Yeah, as a multiplayer.
We have silicon supply, so fuck you.
So very good. It was a very good attack by Tio here to just destroy all these production buildings. Break the walls
I personally
down.
probably would have run away with the Papal Bombards the second I saw my own Culverins die. I think he made a huge mistake trying to push in with the Papal Bombards instead of taking advantage of their tankiness to get away.
It's possible that he didn't know that he didn't spot the culverins until it was already too late.
He definitely did though, because he had his Culverins target the enemy's Culverins, and then all of his Culverins die, and he made the choice to move the Papal Bombards towards the Culverins.
That is true. We'll take a look at. Oh my God, I haven't looked at the resource count in a while. Tio is stacking like mad. Almost, that's what 6K, 6,200 res stacked up. Dutch player.
What's that tech he's researching?
Congress of Vienna Crown Lands. Not exactly sure what that does. I don't make it to age 4
I'm sure they're probably native techs.
Yeah, so
he's taking a native alliance.
So he's taken this native trade post here, which is the House of Habsburg. So he is going to get villagers from all this, as I'm not watching an engagement as villagers die. There so many resources built up. Tio really could have a very large mass. He's at 65 villagers. Dutch is
that 3,000 coin going into the Lombards? Is that the 3,000 coin into the Lombard?
That is 3,000 coin into the Lombards.
It's about to be a huge amount of resource production.
We're 34 minutes into this game, and it's, relatively speaking, been fairly quiet, I must say. Again, both players turtly in nature.
He spotted one of the culverins by his dead explorer, Tio. One of the culverins is sitting by his dead explorer, so he has line of sight by it.
Oh, nice. Nice.
He knows that's where the military is.
The Dutch player, both players having pretty similar line of sight. A Dutch player has a little bit more control. He's got this entire northern section covered up.
Mm-hmm. Tio is also playing like you and me, where we just ignore walls and pretend they don't exist.
That is true.
And he's also got his factory producing heavy cannons. All right.
He's got both factories. Only one producing heavy cannons, the other one producing gold. Dutch player seems kind of short on resources. Again, only 46 villagers, despite the 2 town centers. Tio up to 71
is that he has more production buildings to take advantage of all of his resources. Tio is floating a lot because he's getting most of his military from the Basilica, which is, not exactly fast. I personally think basilicas. Do basilicas have any kind of tech that makes them research faster?
They do not.
I feel like that's something that Italy really needs in order to really make the basilica work, because it delays all of your actual shipments as well.
Well, what I think Italy wants and needs is for the papal cards to not be shipments. I think they just need to spawn. That would be nice. That would be make them the papal units a lot more viable, if you ask me.
If they just had an age 4 shipment that made all shipments research instantly, because I think there is a civilization that has a card like that, where they have all shipments arrive fast as a tech. That would be perfect, because that would mean that you could just start spitting out papal units like mad.
That is true. Tio finally getting around to building up some walls. They're not going to be upgraded. He's got so much.
They look much less impressive.
So much wood floated. I don't know why he doesn't just buy these outposts up. But now the standoff really begins, Cole. We've got Dutch taking the entire north side of the map.
He's farming up, it looks like.
Let's take a look over here. He's got some farms over here, 2 town centers, and a massive force right here. Tio finally taking the south side of the map, walling up, gathering what is left of the natural resources, and milling up with outposts.
Plantations. It looks like.
Oh yes,
It's mostly plantations. Oh, it looks like one farm.
Well, seeing as he's floating 5K food right now, I can see why he's making plantations instead of mills.
Okay, we got 3 Coles and 3 Falconets. Are those field guns?
They
Oh,
are
these
field
field
guns, and these are upgraded Coles.
Spring Guard.
More Papal Lancers, and
is,
finally the Advanced Church card.
Are those Royal Guard Coles?
I believe so, yes.
Wow, both Italy and Malta get Royal Guard Coles? I thought it was just Malta.
You can see the massive investment into the Lombards since he has now sent
over 1,000 of each resource in there. Holy crap!
Since he has now sent usury, he gets better interest rates on his Lombards. So believe it or not, his Lombards actually produce food instead of converting, purely converting.
Look at those look at those trickle rates. He's got 4 coin per second, 4 wood per second. How much food is he getting per second from those Lombards?
He is getting.
Scroll down on the Lombard.
6 food per second.
Crap! That is
an
insane amount of resource generation.
I mean, it's all conversion, so it's not really resource generation. The only thing that's not conversion is the food. The food is gain. He's getting extra food. Everything else is just resource conversion.
Well, yeah, but he has the card that increased the interest rate, so he is gaining.
It's just the food that gains, if I remember correctly.
Well, it's just the food that gains at the beginning, but once you get the interest rate one, then it makes all of them better.
The food, there's no gain. If I'm remembering correctly, there's no gain from anything until you get the Lombards fully upgraded.
Right, but doesn't he have them fully upgraded now? That's what you were saying.
Yeah, he has them fully upgraded, so he's actually gaining food, and that's about it. If my memory serves me correctly, and someone in the comments will.
It gains food at base, but gains everything once you get them upgraded.
We're gonna have to do some testing because that's not the way I understand it. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Someone in the comments, if I get a comment on this video at all, will correct either one or both of us. So now we've got a standoff.
You're the most popular YouTuber for Age of Empires 3, Chase.
The comments are always smarter than us.
They always are.
Yeah. So not upgraded walls yet, not upgraded outposts yet. This is it's like the Cold War, Cole.
Pretty much.
Everybody's just standing off against each
other. Tear that wall down. Is that a rotated fort? It looks so weird.
That indeed is a rotated fort.
It looks so weird. It's like really short and stumpy on the back. What the fuck?
It's supposed to look like that, or like that.
It looks weird.
Okay, we'll go back to standard stuff. Let's not miss this fight here.
But the map is crooked now. Look at the mini map.
Yeah, I can't fix it. There we go. It's close enough.
Close enough. There we go.
Oh my goodness, this is just insane. 40 minutes into the game, another big engagement. These 10K score lead from Tio, you're right. Wow. And these Zouaves are just, there's something incredible. I mean, this is just showing the power of the Papal units, because none of the Musketeers, none of the Bersagliaries are dying because
they're all absorbing damage.
The Papal units are all absorbing. And look, this one's just chilling on 1 HP still as a huge shipment of revolutionaries.
Wait, he just revolted? Wait, no. Okay,
no, not yet.
He sent a card. What did Tio send?
But he is revolting right now to the United States.
United States.
He wants this stalemate to end right now.
Here we go.
So there's the revolt.
That's a fort wagon and he's got 2 Gatling guns from his fort that he
already
had.
Fort wagon and Gatling guns. Upgraded walls now. Has depleted the entire force thanks to the Papal units.
See, this is the time that you want to like revolt with like United States or whatever. United States is a stalemate breaking revolt. That is its job.
And Xander's revolted turn. We've got a double revolt.
It's Indonesia
Oh
now.
my goodness. It is, wow. The double revolt. Italy felt
What a game.
Dutch felt the pressure of the revolt.
Can
Decided
you
to
believe that in
revolt.
Legacy PE only one civ was allowed to revolt each game?
That is just unacceptable. This is just high quality content right here. I'm surprised we haven't seen more Papal bombards. You do have to train those from the factory.
Yeah, that's probably why.
But I mean, at this point in the game, I think they're probably going to be pretty useful.
He's gathering up the force. We got heavy
We're gonna
cannons.
hop over to Tio. The revolutionaries are here. The cannons are here.
Shipping Gatling guns. USA is shipping Gatling guns.
Yeah, I guess I can't say Italy anymore is shipping Gatling guns because it's the USA. This is gonna be the fight that ends it, is it not?
Possibly.
So the revolutionaries are gonna stay alive even longer too because the Papal units, yeah. Although I do see a lot of red plus 10s going up.
Yeah.
That's dangerous for the United States player now who's got a shipment. Obviously can't send that. Yeah, look at this. Good hold from Dutch, although here come, oh my goodness, here come the Gatling guns. They get into fire mode and they just release into the Reuters. Can Dutch upgrade his Reuters beyond veteran status? I mean,
Yeah,
obviously not
they're
anymore.
A Royal Guard unit. They're a Royal Guard unit.
Obviously not anymore because he's Indonesia these days, but those Gatling guns just tore straight into those Reuters. And it's an entirely cannon-based force in the U.S. plays.
Cannon warfare now.
It is cannon warfare, as the U.S. player has 4 villagers that he probably got from tech upgrades, training more Bersagliaries. I mean, look at all this res that he has stacked up. This is enough res to support
the rest of the game.
All
he needs to do is throw wood into the Lombards so that he keeps getting coin to train units with.
I mean, this is.
We got more revolutionaries now. I was thinking that his revolutionary count was a little light earlier. We have the set bang cannons from Indonesia. Indonesia we might be actually seeing some war elephants pretty soon from Indonesia as well.
Let's pop over to Indonesia real quick. Still producing 2 heavy cannons. He's relying, I think, on the market to get res for these Hussar and the heavy cannons. I mean, how many?
Hussar. They're going. I think they're going to try to go for the coals.
He's got 9 banks. I don't know. Like, yeah, you're gonna want to see these Hussar try to dive in on either the coals or the Gatling guns.
We got a whole bunch more infantry. Here we go. Holy shit. Besiegleries and revolutionaries.
And you can just see exactly that's what he did. He dropped a whole bunch of res. The U.S. player dropped a whole bunch of res into the Lombards, and is now, you know.
What are those? Those units that just popped in. Those are cowboys.
Those are
cowboys.
Cowboys, probably popping from said Lombards that we were just talking about. And I don't think there's much that the Dutch-Indonesian player can do here anymore.
He needs to charge those cowboys right into those heavy cannons. That's what he needs to do.
He really does. This Indonesian player just doesn't have the res, has no villagers anymore.
We are going to see some war elephants, but it's too little too late. He needed to send that a little earlier.
There's the Sufi support, which we just talked about in the pup, will be disappearing. No more war elephants for the Sufi.
Well, no, the card is still probably gonna stay active. It's just that the Sufi native settlement itself is no longer gonna be able to have
the Radetzky March ability has been activated, and Magyar Hussars are on the way for Xander. I guess he only got 2. Pardon the sound effect. I know my co-commentator can't hear that for some reason, but that was incredibly loud. These Magyar Hussars are, 960 health, but the Cowboys are just gonna eat them alive, and at this point, this is this is pretty much GG.
say it's GG. He needs to get those factories. USA doesn't have the resource. The Indonesia doesn't have the resources to keep up production of pretty much anything else. If he gets the factories, it's GG.
Uh, the score
Yeah, you
lead.
reckon?
The score lead is almost. What is that? 20 like 18K, 13K at this point. There's okay. Yeah, this is gonna be it. There's nothing that the Dutch player can do anymore. His eco is entirely in coin from the banks and the factory. Well, the factories aren't even producing coin; they're producing heavy cannons.
A game, and
Both
what a
of those
perfect
went
example
down, yeah.
of why USA is better than Italy.
Well, it's just a really fascinating case study into the Papal units. The Papal units themselves, as we see more set bang cannons here, the Papal units themselves sustained the Italian players' fight for a really long time.
Yeah,
I mean, his mass just kept staying alive because the Papal units just absorbed all the health. There's more war elephants, but again, like you said, too little, too late. The Italian player again has just got all this res banked up, sending Papal Lancers.
I actually wasn't aware that you were able to train war elephants once you revolted in Asia. I thought they were shipment only. That's cool though.
Learn something new every day. Yeah. I will say that the USA player is getting villagers from his techs. Not that 7 villagers and 5 idols really do anything. But he can start to regenerate eco from this, and that is something that the Indonesia player just
he's producing Papal bombards now, and pretty much as soon as he gets the first one, it's going to be GG since the Indonesia player can no longer make heavy cannons. So once he gets the first Papal bombard out, that's probably going to be GG.
Yeah,
it's pretty much GG right here. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, I mean, what the Indonesia player now has is Radetzky Mark rank 3 that he's got to wait for. But there's another tank going up.
And the fort going up right in the middle. What a disrespect.
The disrespect is real. And there's the Radetzky March being called in again. That sound effect is ridiculously loud, and I don't see where... I don't see where they're coming from. Oh, they're right... No.
I don't see the Magyar Hussars either.
Interesting.
Where are they?
I don't know. I did see there's there's some giant grenadiers here. This fort wagon may not actually go up because the Gatling guns are in the way. Oh no.
That would be a shame.
That's a crying shame. The disrespect will not be achieved. Oh no!
It was just finally clear.
It was so close. And GG is finally called.
What a game.
What a game.
I can't help but think that Xander might have been able to hold if he hadn't revolted himself. But then again, he would have had a much smaller mass compared to Italy. That was just so funny. The double revolt was beautiful.
So I mean, let's go to So you can see exactly like the unit count, the unit pop was just tumbling for the Dutch player here, and he would have had a incredibly tough time holding, I feel, if he hadn't revolted.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because they revolted roughly the same time. So this revolt happened. The Dutch player's military was plummeting, and there wasn't really much because he didn't have res in the bank. You know what I mean? Like, he really had no res to make units. So it's a tough call. I am from a watching the game standpoint, the double revolt is awesome.
Yeah.
From a was it good or not perspective, it's tough to say whether or not the revolt was the right move. Obviously, it didn't work out in this instance, and we'll never know if it worked out, but yes.
Either way, just a fantastic game.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the res. I did hear something very interesting about the res chart. Yes, there it is. So at the time of revolt, the Dutch player had 96 to Italian
Look at that
68.
Italian just keeping up pound for pound with Dutch the whole game in military might and fighting prowess, but just behind so far in resources.
40 at the end of the game, 40k res difference.
That is just crazy to me. The Papal units are very strong.
I mean,
If you choose to
yeah,
go that.
the Papal units are very good. The one thing I will say is when the Dutch player had his fort right here, uh,
He
and
definitely could
and
have pushed him
and
on.
Tio was aging to 4. That was he had no military at that point. Let's go pop over back again to military unit population here. I'm not
That was
exactly
definitely a
sure
throw in
when
that
that
regard. Yep.
was. Yeah, that's right. That
Look right
is
before. That's 84 military population to
to
21.
to yeah.
He could have pushed and won the.
Yeah, this is the point that the Dutch player needed to push, because then you just see Tio once he gets to age 4 and gets some Papal units and a shipment or two in, and then from there the game was basically decided. Well played to both players. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm glad that we were able to see a very fascinating case study into the effectiveness of the Papal units, and just a fascinating game overall. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, and go watch Ulan Gaming's video on the Priest Rush or whatever it is. Link's gonna be in the description.
It is a
Hasta.
priest rush.
Peace.